Bennett.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Now 21 cases. Just since 2020, possession 1 to 4, unauthorized use, possession 4 to 200, 21, evading arrest, felony theft, felony assault, felony possession of a controlled substance, possession of a controlled substance, possession of a controlled substance, now 24, possession of a controlled substance, possession of a controlled substance, assault, unauthorized absence from correctional facility, PCS, now 25, just in 25, PCS, unauthorized use, and now you have an evading arrest.
Those guys.
Stop. I didn't ask you to say anything. You missed court, and now you're here. If you ever miss court again, and let me tell you something, Mr. Price, I'm going to do everything in my power to protect my city at all costs. If I find that you are one iota of danger to it, it's really not going to go well for you. Do you understand me? You're now charged with evading arrest or detention. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you.
Thank you, Judge. On April 14th, 2025, in Harris County, Texas, an officer was patrolling the area of 999 Pasadena Boulevard, the Macro Plaza Mall. The mall is closed during the early morning hours when this incident occurred, and no maintenance or cleaning personnel were on scene. 999 Pasadena Boulevard is near 1202 Pasadena Boulevard, which the officer knows from training and experience to be a high drug area. The officer observed the defendant standing near a mechanical box on the side of the main building of 999 Pasadena Boulevard. The defendant looked at the officer, who was in a marked patrol unit, and began walking toward his bicycle, which was laying on the ground nearby. Due to the above circumstances, as well as defendant's suspicious behavior, the officer initiated a subject stop on the defendant due to reasonable suspicion. The officer activated emergency traffic lights and began sounding the siren of a marked patrol unit. The defendant continued to ride his bicycle away from the officer, standing up on the seat of his bicycle to accelerate faster. The defendant eventually fell off the bicycle and continued to evade on foot until he fell in the roadway of the 900 block of Pasadena Boulevard. The defendant evaded the officer for approximately 736 feet.
The hell was he doing wrong? Riding a bicycle while white? He's not doing anything. Just the presumptive police. No. Mr. Price, I'm going to find that there's no probable cause in your case today. We have enough death, dismemberment, and danger in our town as it is. Don't create any more. Be a good person. It's not hard. Get a job, do something with your life before something, or you end up with a 25-year sentence. It's lickety split. Something happens. Life is too short to end up in a 6x9 with a 25-year sentence. You know what I mean? Really. Please take a seat.
Yes.
All right. So, good afternoon, Mr. Hodges. So your charge is failure to stop and give information. You have worked out an agreement where they're offering you a 6-month deferred. This is a type of probation that if you complete successfully, you do not end up with a conviction on your record. But you cannot tell people it was dismissed. It does not get dismissed. You merely take a probation, complete it successfully. You don't end up with a conviction. Do you understand?
Sir.
You give up a lot of rights by entering into this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine the accusers, the right to be arraigned, charge rates in open court. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. So once you accept this, there's no turning back. You understand?
Sir.
Is this what you want to do?
Yes, sir.
Was there no restitution that was due in this? Blaze,
Yes, sir.
on Mr. Hodges, was there any restitution that was due? It's an FSGI.
Hold on, Mayor.
The agreement that I see so far is a 6-month deferred. No drugs, no alcohol, random testing, and 20 hours of community service.
There's no monetary damage, Your Honor.
No? Okay. Do you understand this?
Yes, sir.
If you get this done quick and there's no problems and you're nice to everybody, especially the probation officers, I'll take you off and half the time as a reward.
Yes, sir.
But if you pick up a new case, you take off, if you do something to violate this agreement, I will issue a warrant for your arrest and you're looking at 180 days in jail.
Sir.
You understand?
Yes, sir.
All right. How do you plead to the offense? Guilty or not guilty? No. It's either guilty or it's not guilty.
Guilty.
All right. I'm not going to find you guilty now. I will withhold that for 6 months, give you the opportunity to complete this. And if you complete it, that's when you don't end up with conviction. If you violate this, though, we put you in jail, bring you out, we'll have a hearing. And if you violate it, like I said, you're looking at 180 days. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good luck to you. Thanks. All right, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, please rise. So everyone can be here tomorrow, correct? Everyone speaks English, right? You understand? We good? Haven't heard anything from you. Wonderful. I believe it or not, we've had it different. So, all right, will you please raise your right hand? Sworn. Do each and every one of you solemnly swear that you will true verdict or render in the case that's been sworn on to today? All right, you may be seated. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you're done. Thank you so much for coming. I hope this hasn't soured your experience, that you will show up for next service.
You're gonna get everybody outside, you know, do their work, I'll give everything off.
We're done, we're done, we're done. Yes?
When we come back.
Come on. Well, hold on. No, don't leave yet. Let me see if I can get you water. I don't know.
Judge, I'll get it.
Your shit, I don't know where.
I'll ask for it.
I'm waiting for everybody to leave and then I'm gonna give you instructions. That's, yeah. We'll find your water.
Water with us or anything.
We'll get you something, don't worry.
There's no motion. Appropriation of time. The non-appropriations. Still.
Hey. Mike, please.
Oh, sorry.
Now you'll be over. All right, are you ready to go back on the record? Okay, guys, please be seated. Well, we're gonna do the arraignment real quick. Are you ready?
Yes, Judge.
Guys, please rise.
In cause number 2532700, in the Harris County Criminal Court at Law number 5, in the name and by the authority of the state of Texas, comes now the undersigned Assistant District Attorney of Harris County, Texas, on behalf of the state of Texas, and presents in and to the Harris County Criminal Court at Law number 5 of Harris County, Texas, that in Harris County, Texas, Odir Alberto Gomez Santa Maria, hereafter styled the defendant, heretofore, on or about October 6, 2024, did then and there unlawfully operate a motor vehicle in a public place while intoxicated against the peace and dignity of the state.
All right, which the defendant pleads.
Innocent.
Okay, please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, we are done with you guys for today. We will reconvene tomorrow back at 8:30 in the morning here. We have a jury room out there. I will have Deputy Agent Going as your point of contact. If you have anything that you need, any questions, comments, anything, he will be your point of contact. You can ask him and we can always remedy any kind of situations. When you're out there tonight, please do not do any independent research. Do not talk to yourselves about this case. Don't do any investigations, anything like that. We just want you to come in tomorrow, listen to the evidence, and then make a judgment call after both sides have closed. Anyone have any questions? Okay, so we're in recess for now. We'll begin tomorrow. As soon as all of you here tomorrow, 8:30, we'll begin the testimony, okay? Oh, where's my other deputy?
Probably do not.
Okay. Guys, please seated. You're gonna have to give me a second. Let me get my other deputies giving excuses and then we'll escort it back. Okay.
There he is.
All right.
Right for the jury.
All right.
I just told him.
All right, guys, let's start. Ready? All right,
Yes.
Vito, come on up.
Judge, I have somebody with a bond violation. Mr. Palacios said tested negative when you sent him yesterday.
Okay, so just admonish him not to miss again.
Okay, I will. Miss Emma Lynch, the one that we had multiple conversations about who's going into patient, you need to set a bond for her because she doesn't have a bond and she's still waiting to be sent to a bed. So I'm asking for a PR bond simply because you're gonna stick her back in jail if she screws up anything anyway.
She's going to treatment.
Right, but she has no bond set on one of her cases. They did. Emma Lynch, do you have the cause number?
Awesome.
Judge, you ready?
Yeah.
2527-04.
Hey, remind me, is she going to treatment with us? Right, do you have release instructions not to release anywhere but to Hue, right?
Yes.
That's what's in the contract, but I think.
I need my own
That's
order
good.
from either defensive state, like a Harris County General Release Instruction.
I don't.
That normally never happen. I mean, we do as a condition of probation, she's going into treatment. I
But
don't,
it's a BWI.
Yeah, it's not a probation, it's.
So we need.
But it is probation. PTI is monitored by probation.
He's not taking a judgment or a probation.
That's correct.
That's the concept, there's nothing like. He's basically just gonna be.
if I give her a PR bond now, they're just gonna let her out to the
No,
street.
just PR bond along with releasing instructions will hold her.
Right, but
With these two.
who's gonna create the?
So.
I do the court record, but I need the actual instructions signed by you that are given to you by either state or defense.
So in other words, I have to draft a proposed release instruction.
To the.
I'm fine with that.
But talk to Ms. Strong here, because there's a form that's already out there, so you don't have to reinvent the wheel. Ariel Strong, she works with the PDO's office, yeah. And we did one today. What was the case that we did one on? It was,
It looks like this, but this isn't a copy to give, this is just. what we
right,
have,
that's what it is. So she can give you that form, so all you just do is input the stuff.
Can you attach me with an email to her of what we need so that I can get it done? Because I don't want her waiting for another 2 weeks to get out.
Yeah, hold on.
And then attach, I guess, Blade.
Yeah,
so we're
I'll
not
attach
just all
Blade.
communicating amongst ourselves. Because I think she's pretty certain she'd ignore me if I emailed her or called her. Yeah. Sorry. Thank you, Judge. And then I guess I'll file it this afternoon. Do you have my correct email on there, Judge? Nathan at Texas Trial Attorney. I don't know, people send it to the ether.
Yeah, no, I have your old one. Hold on a second. Hold on. I'm glad you said something because if they still have that one, it's.
Nathan at the Texas Trial Attorney, and there's no pompous nature there.
I see it. Okay. It came up. I'm glad you said something because otherwise it would have gone to the email.
Yes, sir.
Whatever.
Okay. Josh, thanks for being patient.
Yes, sir. So I've got Francisco Garcia on docket today.
Okay.
So it's a jail assault accusation. The complaint is,
You had the jail assault?
was that a co-defendant? So I don't know. I've been able to talk to Chief. I've got Francisco Garcia.
Francisco, so.
Oh, okay. So there's two Franciscos then, that's why. So you said Garcia.
Right. Yes, sir.
So,
I was going to check with Chief. Haven't been able to get a hold of. They were going to evaluate. The complainant just picked up a new robbery and burglary case, so they were going to evaluate without opinion.
is he in jail?
He's not. He was on his other felony case, but that was just.
So do we need to do conditions or does he have conditions already?
I believe here. So when I was first appointed, he was in custody. I believe so. I believe he's not. He's waived today. I wonder if
No, we need him to sign conditions. He's not signed conditions. Hold on, let me see.
I didn't realize. I just.
Yeah, we need him here. He has not signed conditions. Well, let me see if this is.
We get Chief and maybe find out. He may just be dismissing it, which would. It sounds like a couple of cases, but.
Okay, I think we're good. We're good.
We're good on that.
I saw conditions.
Okay. Okay. So we can reset.
Yeah. We can do normal reset.
Great.
All right, thanks, Sean. Okay, ready?
Yes, sir.
Where's Blaze?
He went to the bathroom, I believe. He's coming right back.
I can step down until he gets back in here.
Council, come on up.
Morning, Judge.
Hey,
I'm Balderas, Marco Balderas, Judge.
Banderas. Okay.
I tried back to the DA's office. I had to resubmit. I submitted the wrong format the first time and I had to resubmit it. And they got it, so they're looking.
Have you submitted it?
Yes.
Okay.
And so I just need a
confirm?
short reset, I guess.
Yes, we do have it as of yesterday.
Okay, we'll set you on for a week just to make sure that they can say something. If there's no answer, I'll waive the appearance, but if there's an answer, yes or no, then your client has to be here because we'll send them to a T-Rex.
Yes, sir, Judge. Thank you.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah. Case number,
We did that with 5-7.
you ready for it?
Yeah.
255-9186. Mohammed last name? That was
Yes.
the conditions that were done as we stepped out.
I want to verify that he has active liability insurance before we allow him to drive. That he's not allowed to drive without,
Valid license.
right, no license, Texas driver license, no contact with the complaining witness in this case. That's it.
Are you waived of drove anything?
Nope,
Okay. Is that state order or you want pretrial supervised?
you, to make sure that he's got insurance. Thanks. Okay, come on. Hi,
Adrian Hernandez.
okay.
So, Mr. Hernandez, his appearance is required today. He is not in court. I would just ask for a very short reset. I have been able to get in contact with him. And I understand that he just forgot that he had a court date today. So just a short reset is all that I would ask for.
Forgot he come to court. Okay, so I'll SFB up to Thursday. Okay, thanks. Hi. No, we're waiting on Blaze. Come on up.
Do you have time for a plea hearing?
Yes, of course.
Miss Helena.
Is he ready? That's okay. Ms. Johnson?
Judge, I've got a plea ready on our calendar.
Oh, you too? Okay, I just need to make sure that they're ready and then we'll do this soon. Oh, you're flying up. And then, Ms. Hudson has a plea as well.
Okay, we're good. We're good for that.
Do you have, there should be another one too, right? No?
No, just the one.
No, but she has a plea as well.
Oh, yes.
Is that a DWI as well?
Getting the thumbs right now.
But is that one a DWI as well?
Yes, they're both first.
I'm gonna do them both.
Okay, so maybe this one. Yes.
Hello, what's your name?
Judge, for what it's worth, my client, assuming the court's okay with it, would like to apply for an driver's license after this. And we'll be working on getting those documents together if the court's inclined.
No, so you don't have to. Okay. As long as I have this.
I don't know about doing a time served. He just had one dismissed and he's back now, right again with another DWI, and it's a point, and it's above a 15. I mean, really?
Sure.
We're still going to continue to do the same thing over and over and over? No, I know you're saying no, but here you are yet again. You had one dismissed, a year and a half ago. Now you're back on another one. It's above a 0.15.
If you got an occupation, the court could order some level of treatment, Judge.
He has to do treatment as part of it. So what we do is we'd have him TRAS'd, but if I accept this, I'm sticking him with the fine. I'm not going to let him go without the fine.
Would you impose a fine on the probation?
Counsel for
No.
that?
Let me talk to you.
Talk to him. It's 4,500 as well, too. No, I'm sorry, 6,000.
Yeah,
Yeah. Are you ready, Miss Gaston?
Yeah.
Miss Gaston, come on up. Good morning, ma'am. Good morning. You were charged with driving while intoxicated. You were facing up to a year in jail and/or a $4,000 fine because of the high blow. You have worked out an agreement where they're offering you 3 days in jail with credit for the 1 day that you've done. You need to understand that you're entering into a very important agreement today where this DWI will go on your record. It's going to be there for the rest of your life. This is serious business because if you ever get pulled over again and you have some kind of funky smell, whether it's alcohol, whether it's dope, anything, it's probably not going to go well for you because they're going to look that you have a prior DWI. And do you understand?
Yes.
So I would never, even if you've had a sip of alcohol, get into a car because you're begging for trouble. We all make mistakes, but when you continue to make mistakes that you endanger other people's lives, the sentences get longer. The costs go skyrocketing. You understand?
Yes, I do.
So there is a $6,000 surcharge that would tack on because this is a 0.15. I'm going to waive it for you today. If you come back with another DWI, get ready because it gets a whole lot worse. Not only that, from now on, it's a minimum of 90 days in jail. You pick up another one. Do you understand? You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty, this will go on your record. You can never take it off. Is this what you want to do?
I understand.
Okay, how do you plead to the offense, man? Guilty or not guilty? I'm going to find you guilty. Send you to 3. Is it true or untrue that you had a 0.15 or above?
It's probably true.
Okay. True enhancement. Okay, I'll send you to 3 days in jail, credit for the 1 day that you've done. I'm going to suspend your license for 90 days. Do not drive until you get a license. I'm going to waive your supervisory fee, but be careful. You come back on another one, it's going to cost you an arm and a leg. Do you understand? For $50, an Uber, take you wherever you want to go. $50.
That's what I'm doing now.
Good. Good luck to you.
Yeah, and I do have a question. There is something weird with her license. We're unable to get a status of her license.
Yes, absolutely.
I think state did just a few minutes ago too, and they couldn't do anything.
I don't know. Gaskin, his last name. I don't know. You know, that's something you may just have to call DPS to figure out. You have your license number, correct?
Yes.
This is the number, Deputy Grant, that's the number to the driver's license division of DPS. Call them right when the phone line's open at 7 and you'll get through. Don't try at 7:20, 1 o'clock, you'll never get through because they're so busy. But if you call right at 7 o'clock in the morning, you'll be able to speak to someone and they can tell you what the problem is.
Judge, even our it won't populate, it won't return to anything. I'm not sure.
There's something's wrong. I don't know. I mean, we only get access to be able to put a number in and it'll spit out information as to the status of the license, why it is. I don't know. Maybe it's got to be an incorrect number or something. Maybe
It doesn't populate with a number, which is odd. It's just a symbol, and then it says an error.
Because in the one in that letter, it was saying something about the website could be down too. Do something
Oh yeah, maybe the website's down. I don't know.
or something.
I would call them. The best thing to do is just call them. Then you can hear it straight from them. You know, that's what I would do.
All right, and I do have one more question here, and I'm sorry. If we find that her license was previously suspended for 90 days, would you be willing to give her credit for that 90-day suspension?
Yes, but you have to give them the dates and everything.
Gotcha. Yes, sir. Thank you, Your Honor.
Miss, you need the form. You know, I need you to understand that in life, right, we're not going to continue to hope and pray that something bad doesn't happen. We sometimes have to take proactive measures to ensure. You just had one dismissed. You've now picked up another one. If I were to plead you to time served, another proverbial slap on the wrist, and now we're going to let you go out there and hope that you don't kill someone or maim someone or you don't pick up another one, you know? No, that's like the definition of insanity, in wishing that something, you know, over and over just with a different result. No, this is proactive because here we can see what the issue is. You know, we don't want you to come back with another DWI or much more kill someone because, I mean, look at the news. Every day someone dies from a DWI and it's just not fair when it's so freaking preventable by one damn button on your phone. How much money have you spent on both DWIs so far where one button and a $40 fee would have gotten you from A to B? You know what I mean?
Sir.
That's now what we have to do to intervene in hopes that you learn from this so it doesn't happen again. So you've worked out an agreement where they're offering you 1 year in jail and this to be probated for 15 months. As part of this, you will do a repeat offender DWI education class, a victim impact panel, a TRAS, which is an evaluation to see what are the conditions you may need if you need other conditions. If they assess them, you must fulfill them. No drugs, no alcohol, no breath test refusal, meaning that if you're pulled over, an officer asks you to submit a breath test, you must do it while you're on this probation. Guardian interlock, 25 hours of community service, and a $100 one-time donation to Mothers Against Drug Driving. You have children.
No, but I have a 13-year-old brother that relies on me.
If he does a parenting class, then I'll consider the community service way. The idea, all we want is that you learn so that you, in 20 years, this has made enough of an impact on you that you think twice. Oh man, shit, that was such a bad experience. I don't want to do that again. It's either jail or it's a crap load of fines and fees. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
If you ever have a problem while you're on this probation, all you have to do is come back, let us know. We can work through anything. There's nothing too big, nothing too small. But the worst possible thing you can do is drive without a license or insurance, start using, or pick up another DWI. So you understand?
Yes, sir.
The other thing that if you just take off, abscond, that's also an instantaneous warrant. If you violate this probation, that's what we do. We issue a warrant. We have a hearing to determine whether you violated it. If you do, you're looking at an entire year. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you are not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty to this offense, this is going on your record now. It'll be there for the rest of your life. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
From now on, you're facing a minimum of 90 days in jail. You ever pick up another one. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
And I'm going to tell you now, you get pulled over. An officer, the first thing they do is they look at your record. They're going to see DWI, DWI. What do you think they're going to do? Do you think they're going to harass and harangue the hell out of you every time you get pulled over? And if they smell anything funky, it's probably not going to go well. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Is it true or untrue that you had a .15 or above in this case?
It's true.
True to the enhancement. All right, how do you plead to the offense? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
I'm going to find you guilty. I'm going to follow this agreement. I'm going to sentence you to it. I'm not going to suspend your license now, but I'm going to tell you, can you look up his license, please, to see if it's suspended?
Judge, I'm sorry, I missed his name.
Arredondo.
Yeah. It is not eligible, Your Honor.
Okay, so you will be signing a non-driving affidavit. If you drove here today, you are not allowed to drive home. Your license is suspended as of this time. If we catch you driving without a license, I'm gonna lose it. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Do not drive. You are required to have a guardian interlock, and every officer, because we send notice to DPS, every officer in the state knows if they pull you over and you don't have an interlock, you're going to jail. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
That's for the traffic, right? That's why he's ineligible, right? So traffic.
Believe so. I took care of those yesterday. So.
Judge, I believe his license may be showing ineligible due to a traffic ticket. If we can get that sorted, can we come back and?
I'm okay with an occupational as long as he's in compliance, okay? The other thing is this, is he is now taking a subsequent DWI education class. DPS is probably going to suspend your license regardless because of a subsequent DWI education class, if you've already taken it. Did he do a diversion and it got dismissed? As part of the diversion, you have to do a DWI education class. Subsequent ones get your license suspended. So I would check with DPS first. Don't just start driving, when you take care of that ticket, because they're going to probably suspend your license again. And this time it may be like a 2-year suspension. I'm okay with an occupational as long as he's in compliance. And he has an interlock first. Okay. All right, so we're going to have you meet with Shatori for all your conditions, and then good luck to you, sir.
All right, thanks, sir.
Thank you. We'll be supervisor.
He thought that whoever has the flat tire or the battery or the vehicle.
No, Judge, he's a U.S. citizen.
Morning, Mr. Tolentino.
And
Morning.
do what
So
they
you're
need to
charged
do,
with
either
illuminating
move the
an
vehicle
aircraft
or
with a laser pointer.
put it back and operate. I mean,
You're
so
facing up
I
to a
get
year in
that.
jail and or a $4,000 fine.
To know that she didn't intentionally.
The agreement
No,
that you have worked
and
out
I'm not
is a
saying-
6-month
I'm not
deferred
saying- I'm
adjudication.
just saying,
This is a very
at
serious
some
agreement that
point,
you're entering
this
into now.
part of it has
This is a
to
type of
end.
probation that if you complete successfully, you do not end up with a conviction on your record, but you
and
cannot
Ms.
tell
Bauer,
people it was dismissed. It doesn't get dismissed. You do a probation, complete it successfully if you do, and you don't end up with a conviction. You understand the difference. You give up nearly every right known to man by entering into this agreement,
And I
telling
have
us
to give
that
sick of
you
it
can
because
complete
they
this, and
could
if
have
you
just
don't,
taken
you're
a
facing an
really hard
entire
line
year in
and
jail.
didn't
You
trying
understand?
to
You're giving up a
get
lot of rights.
this
You give up the right to a
going. I've been
trial,
patient
right to
with
compel witnesses to testify on your behalf,
scheduling or trying to
confront
get-
and cross-examine your
trying to have her
accusers.
get the stuff
If you're
out.
not a citizen, there are possible immigration
at
consequences. You
some
can be
point,
deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to
sadly, we
appeal.
just have to be
Once you
done.
accept this agreement, you are stuck with this until you complete it successfully or it gets revoked.
So
If you do
I'm
something
gonna
to
deny your
violate this
request
agreement,
for
like
the
you pick up a new case, you don't do your class on time, you don't
What
do your
is
community service,
having-
I'm going to issue a warrant for your arrest, and
said
we're going to
that
have a
thing.
hearing to see if you
What
violated
is
it. If you do,
Sycamore's intention?
you're looking an entire year. Do you understand?
They're
You still
not,
want to do
they're
this?
not intending at this point to let her back in.
How do you plead to the illuminating an aircraft with a laser laser pointer improperly. Guilty or not guilty? I'm not gonna find you guilty. I'm gonna withhold it for 6 months.
She wants to go get the washer and the dryer.
You will do an effective decision-making class,
She wants to do it.
thinking
twice a
for a
day.
change,
No, I have no problem with that. I've never had a problem
no
with that. I
drugs,
just need her to actually do it.
alcohol, 25 hours of community service. Did you graduate from high school?
But she would like a
Okay,
chance
what are you
to
doing
get
now?
grills, but she doesn't have any place to put.
Electrical. I do electrical.
Can you go today?
Huh?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll come today.
I want you to maintain full-time employment while you're under probation as well.
Don't have it. I'm assuming if they're off. If that, they're there, I don't know what.
I'll make you a deal.
I'm just.
If you do
you're
well,
telling me that that's
you
there,
get everything
but
done
she
quick,
can go
I'll take you off in half the
like,
time.
saw the-
Meaning get your classes done,
more personnel,
be nice to
go
everybody.
to the office.
And if you do
I
that,
asked-
we can take you off in half the time as a reward. But if you mess up, it's not gonna go well. I understand. So, all right, bud. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you, Judge.
Thanks, Joe.
Put it on the record. I'm just going, so I can tell them, let's give you a window.
Blessing. Yeah, I think we have a plea.
I think so too. She.
Yeah.
So she just wants the court to know she videotaped that when she was moving the grill and she has talked to, so.
You wanna
You
know
can waive
what?
it.
I'm done.
You mean the signature you want, right?
Yes.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, at some point, the problem is everybody is, as we've said, bending over backwards to try to do this. I issued just now denying your motion, which means really we're done. I was looking maybe, and I think Ms. Saini was trying to do the same thing, a bit of compassion to say, okay, if you can get these now, do it, but you gotta give us a time. But I'm not gonna go through
How is this
litigating.
case
They took
190
my
and
property, they did this.
still waived?
I'm done. Whatever else anybody else.
It's 190 days old and it's
you can do it,
waived.
but you're not
How's that?
doing what the court sanctions. She can, that property.
Okay,
at
so
this point, since she has
at
not
1 week
removed it,
SFBF.
is considered abandoned, and that six more may do what they need to do with reference to taking that property out.
So I know she
If
was
you
up there,
guys
was
work
that
something
when
out
fled,
without my
Hodges?
involvement,
No.
do what you
No.
gotta do. But I'm done.
Oh, she pled.
Plea is in there, but we haven't.
Thank you.
Oh, okay, let me email her.
Hodges? You're here? Okay. Yeah, you want to reach out to her? She was here earlier. Are you ready?
Hey, Judge Members, I have a police check, but I did get a new appointment today, and it's Mr. Dolphus. And I just wanted to see if I can just get a little time to, download the evidence.
No.
Oh, shoot.
Do it now.
All right, good. I'm ready. Set it for charges.
Is he in jail?
He is, Judge.
Do you mind, what's his name?
Dolphus?
No, the other guy. Your plea.
Oh, Jamil, Chimeo. But we don't have the plea paperwork ready yet.
Oh, you don't, oh, okay, sorry.
Just wanted to put you on Mr. Dolphus. Sounds good. Thank you, Judge. I'll be right back on Mr. Jamil whenever that's ready.
Sorry, boss. I thought it was ready.
Sorry,
She's been, she's been going for a long time. Let's get it done.
Yes, sir.
She's here.
The kiosk that showed the case are also handle this case right now. I'm sorry about that, Judge.
With the what?
The kiosk that showed the case for some reason.
Which one?
Mr. Jamil. We're also.
Don't worry about it. As long as you're here, but.
Okay, have a charge text. Whenever.
Do you have the papers?
I mean, if they want to print it out, everybody's got to sign.
No, but do you have the paperwork or not?
Nothing.
Hey, guys, did you file plea paperwork on Chimeo?
I believe I.
Morgan,
Good morning, Judge.
you need to put your last name on there so I know it's you. If I don't know,
Sounds good, Judge.
I don't let him in, okay? Please.
Understood.
Uh,
Yeah, my Zoom in is not logged on. This is a new computer, so barely adjusting.
You got De Mejia.
Yes, Your Honor.
What do you want to do?
Yes, Your Honor. So I was emailing the state over the weekend. They did release some videos on one of the cases on the 17th. I haven't had a chance to review them. My understanding is Mr. Mejia wants to take some sort of agreement.
Okay, so we'll just give you more time.
Yes, Your Honor. I was gonna ask if it can be rolled to tomorrow, and I mean, I already have access to the videos. I was reviewing some of them right now,
You really want to do that? Roll it
negotiating with the
tomorrow, or do you
state.
want more time?
No, I can roll it to tomorrow, Judge.
Okay.
What do we expect on tomorrow?
Videos.
Videos?
She gonna watch.
Don't watch them?
All right, so you sure for tomorrow then?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, you got it.
All right. Thank you, Judge.
Okay, see you tomorrow.
Maybe excuse?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, hold on.
Yeah. You got it? Wonderful.
A second.
Can I?
Give us 2 minutes to get it ready and then we'll buy it ready.
Slowpoke Rodriguez.
No.
If you want to go to the.
That was the,
Oh, he's in jail.
that was the, hey, that was the opposite of what's his name? Yeah, Slowpoke Rodriguez.
Really?
Yes.
No, that's-
My name is Slowpoke Rodriguez.
Yeah.
You never saw that cartoon? Come on.
You know, my daughter's gonna give my grandson a birthday. And I said, so what's the thing? She said, Snoopy. I said, no, that's you like Snoopy. He's just the baby since he was baby. Oh, you love Snoopy. No, you love Snoopy. So everything's Snoopy.
It's cute.
He is cute. Finding an outfit for this little chunky monkey is a nightmare.
He's not popular, so it's gonna be,
It is.
No.
I found one for $30-something. I said, oh,
well, that's
okay.
expensive for a one-time use.
For one time. And then he's on probably the Spider-Man. This is like the little Spider-Man. Hey, Judge, you ready to go over a few?
Yeah. Go.
He was always try to call. I know. We said so.
Is there a friend?
I had one his. Alright, we're good. Sorry, page 26. Except for like the go to a chair.
2501.
Page 28, Rupees, simple arraignment, go to a chair, first time.
2501. Good morning, Mr. Chimayo.
Good morning. Good morning.
Charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. You have worked out an agreement where they're offering you 27 days in jail with credit for the 9 days that you have done. You need to understand that this charge from now on will go on your record. It will be there for the rest of your life. From now on, you're facing a minimum of 90 days for any new cases, at least with DWIs that you pick up. You ever get pulled over again, officers will see this DWI and they roll up to your window and they smell alcohol, or if they smell dope, it's probably not going to go well for you. So I would never get into a car and drive if you've even had a sip of alcohol. Do you understand?
Yes.
You're giving up a lot of rights by entering into this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law. You give up the right to appeal, meaning once you plead guilty, this goes on your record and it will be there for the rest of your life. Is this what you want to do?
Yes.
Is it true or untrue that you had a 0.15 or above breath test?
True.
I find it is true. I'm now going to sentence you to 27 days, give you credit for the 9 days that you've done. I'm going to suspend your license for 90 days. Do not drive until you get a license, and good luck to you, sir. Thanks.
Judge, I was appointed to this case about 8 days ago, Judge, and I don't believe sentence status has changed since then. Can we have the court waive the DPS fee? Thank you, Judge.
Okay.
Please.